Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm finally not looking at Bakugan for those of you who care about things other than Bakugan. But I'm sorry, what can I say? I love Bakugan and I'm really loving the new toy line. But anyway, today we're taking a look at a figure that I'm very excited to finally have in my hands as it's finally come out. It's the Archive series Commander Cody. And before I actually get into this, I've got a little story to tell about this little punk. The first time I saw him was at a Target, and I figured it was okay, but when I went to check out, they were like, oh no, it's street dated, and every time I go to Target, I don't have any of the cool people at checkout. They're always like, we gotta go put in the back. So that like royally pissed me off and made me angry with Target for a little bit. But seeing as Target gets better Bakugan than Walmart most of the time, I've kind of eased up on Target, but that was like a few weeks ago. But ever since Hasbro and Target have lifted the street dating, I found this guy at Walmart, and I'm lucky I did when I did, because when I rolled back through the toy aisle to see if they had anything else, after I found this guy, I saw some eBay scalpers like taking everything new off the shelves. Like they took all the Tarkins, they took the other Cody, they were taking a lot of the new highly wanted Transformers Kingdom figures. So yeah, I'm very happy and very lucky to have gotten him. Anyway, let's take a look at the package. This Archive packaging is different from most. Like my dad has a couple Archive figures, they're out of their packaging, but I don't have the packaging as he's got those in storage. But this is for the 50th year of Lucasfilm, if you can already tell. So instead of just the standard gray packaging with the figure inside, they've added a nice orangish gold. It's flat, not shiny, but it is a gold look to show off that commemoration. Anyway, there's not much aside from like the little artwork that's better on the back. Yeah. I really like how this 50th anniversary looks. I'm kind of hoping that for future Archive waves, they keep the gold or add some secondary color to it. Like, it's not much, but it does give kind of a pop. It's got a description for Cody. I'm going to see if I can't zoom that in. And I can. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, no, I can't. So I'll just read that out to you. It says, natural and practical leader in the clone army, Cody was a good fit for General Kenobi, whom he was particularly loyal. Not much to say, but still. And like I said, it's got that artwork on the front, on the back. I don't know if it's just me or what, but that helmet looks kind of like a Clone Wars helmet. And then down here we've got a Lucasfilm timeline, which I think is kind of cool. I'm not sure if you can make out everything it says, but that's like all the movies, the Clone Wars and Rebels gets their own little slot. And at the bottom of there, I think you can see it better, it says, commemorate the first 50 years of Lucasfilm with figures inspired by Star Wars, the animated series. And then it just says that in other languages. Not much at the bottom, sides, you can just see the figures, so yeah. I'm gonna get him out of the packaging. I'm also very happy to finally have a Cody in my collection. Alright, so here is the Cody with everything he comes with. He doesn't come with a lot, but he comes with what I'd say is box standard for most clones. You know, the DC-15 rifle, and then I believe, or this is just the DC-15 carbine, and this is the DC-15 rifle. On the back, I believe he has a removable jetpack. Mine's not coming off. I'm not going to take it off. He's my only Cody that I own at all in whatever scale with the jetpack, so I'm leaving that on. Yeah, he looks very nice. I don't know if the orange on the original was this bright. I kind of don't care because I've been wanting a Cody for forever, and I'm so happy I finally found him. Anyway, I'm going to take his weapons off and look at his articulation for you all to see. His head's on a ball joint with a hinge, so he can look very far down and very far up. Like, I'm sure most people wouldn't usually do this, but since he does have a jetpack or jump pack, you can have him looking up in kind of a flying pose. but I'm sure most people wouldn't. I think he's one of the only clones who has this kind of head. Then again, I don't have a lot of clones, so I wouldn't know. His arms can go all the way around and can only go up about this far because of his shoulder pads. They are made of a different material, but they're also a harder plastic. He's got a swivel at the bicep, which, if you get the arm out, can go all the way around. And he's got the older clone arms, so they don't go nearly as far. I'll grab my Commander Bly right here as a comparison for the side. As you can see, Commander Bly's arm goes up further than Cody's, but that's not too big of a deal for me. It's not a deal breaker. And that goes for both sides. He's got a waist joint. It's kind of stiff. It almost feels like there's a ratchet joint in there, as it feels like it wants to stick at certain points. Yeah, he's a little limited at the waist because of that and the belt. His legs can move out about that far. He's got a swivel here. His leg can move up about that far forward and that far back. The swivel on the leg does help out, but since it's not like the newer clones, you can't twist his knee, so that's kind of a give and take. He's got a double knee bend, which goes this far, which I say is perfectly fine. Then he's got a hinge at the foot, goes out this far forward. It's a bit limited at the back because of the armor. Then he's got a little swivel here. Now I'm going to get him posed up in a regular old standing pose, then compare him to the other Black Series clones I have. Alright, so starting off with my only other clone commander and the only other clone I have with a body most similar to Cody is Commander Bly. And yeah, they fit well together. They'd fit perfectly in a Revenge of the Sith display. Revenge of the Sith commanders wise that Black Series had made. I still need is, I believe, Gree, which is the last one. Unless they've made more that I'm not too aware about. But yeah, they both share a lot of very similar parts, if not some of the same parts. But yeah, like I said, he's got the modified parts that started coming out with Captain Rex that are better articulated. I believe they come with very similar parts. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but Bly's armor is a lot more glossy than Cody's, and I'm not sure if that's because they've started this Cody as a Clone Wars 1 or kind of made him as a Clone Wars 1 for this release. Like I mentioned on the packaging artwork of him, it did kind of have a Clone Wars looking helmet. But either way, yeah. These both are still really good. Probably one of the best Codys and Bly out there. I know that there is a second release of Bly with the proper helmet, but even still, this one is gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, now let's move on to the comparison with the other two clones I have. Here my other two clones are the ones on the new clone body, which is the Walmart exclusive Ahsoka's 332nd Trooper and the Attack of the Clones Clone Trooper or Clone Private, depending on how you want to look at them. And this is what I mean by I think they were trying to go for a more Clone Wars look with Cody, as he's a lot more flat, looking like the Ahsoka Trooper, which is a lot more flat in person. Actually, Cody's got a kind of matte finish on, or matte feel to his chest. It doesn't feel as smooth as the Ahsoka Trooper, but a lot of the parts on them in person look like they match more, like paint-wise. Yeah. Cody isn't nearly as articulated as these two, but I honestly say he probably looks the best. Probably because Cody, commander-wise, is the most unique. I don't know if I would to get a second one to try and customize him to Commander Vaughn or Captain Vaughn, with whoever he was. But yeah, Cody does look amazing. Like, even for how old of a Black Series figure he is, he still looks great. Anyway, now I'm going to take these guys away and give my final thoughts on the Cody figure. Alright, so my final thoughts on this figure. Yes, it's on the more dated clone body. Yes, its paint job is probably a little too flat or matte than it should be, as since this is Cody, live action Cody for that matter, or at least it should be live action Cody. His armor should be glossier, but I don't care. This is Cody. He's amazing. He's an amazing looking clone trooper, even for the slight limitations he has in his articulation in his arms. He looks gorgeous. Like, he's got everything you'd want in a Cody, aside from maybe a removable helmet, but that's not too big of a deal. He's got all the paint I'd really want. If I were to get another one, it'd either be painted, I'd probably commission someone to paint it like Commander Vaughn, or not Commander Vaughn, Captain Vaughn, I believe his name is, or I'd just get some like gray or silver paint and fill in the little scrapes on his armor. But overall, yes. If you find this guy at a Walmart or Target or wherever you find your Black Series figures, absolutely pick him up. I mean, if you're a fan of clones, of course you're going to want to pick him up. If you're a scalper, fuck you. But yes, everyone should pick Cody up. He's like a main essential, especially if they release a new Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan in the future, because it's the only one they've got. It's a bit iffy looking, but yeah. Overall, like I haven't said this enough, pick him up. You can find him at Target and Walmart, I know, as that's where I found him so far. He'll probably pop up in a few other places. But yeah, I love him, and I love you guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you want to say something in the comments, go ahead and say it. Please subscribe and turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys later.